LGBTQ community. I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens.
The lies, the deceit.
But you're pretending that that's a woman, and it's not.
The hatefulness, the spitefulness. From the loathsome outward acts.
Across our nation, at least 26 states have now introduced similar bills, mostly in Republican-controlled state legislatures.
Those are the people that just want inclusiveness, and they just want everyone to be okay. And, you know, maybe this is the world I'm looking for. I'm looking towards a world where everyone's included. Yeah, good. Have a transgender league.
There's been a big push nationally, Biden administration is squarely behind it, to allow biological males to compete in girls' sports. We've covered it extensively on this show. It's very unpopular with the public.
This important piece of legislation will ensure that young girls in Mississippi have a fair, level playing field in public school sports.
Some boy that's 6'2" competing against my 5'4" niece doesn't sound very fair. I think most people in the country think it's bizarre.
Whether you are a minority voter in the state of Georgia or a trans youth athlete, Republicans continue the disenfranchisement across the country. The science does not stand with them. Empathy does not stand with them. The word humane does not fit their agenda. In the state of Mississippi, Governor Tate Reeves was applauded by fellow gatekeepers for signing SB 2536, banning transgender student athletes from participating in sports consistent with their gender identity. It is flat out shameful. In North Carolina, there's a newly filed bill that would require any government agent, including teachers or any other public school officials, immediately notify in writing each of the minor's parents, guardians, or custodians if a minor exhibited gender nonconformity. Is that boy's hair getting a little too long? How are that girl's jeans cut? If that bill became law, the school would have to write a letter home warning that the child is not displaying the proper gender conformity. In Michigan, one legislator proposed a bill requiring districts to only allow students of the same biological gender to compete against one another in school-sanctioned gender-specific athletics. A lawmaker in Minnesota sees eye to eye with combating a problem that does not exist. How can one party proclaim freedom, yet do this so often at such a high rate? The issue at hand, it's the same old playbook. Republicans are trying to find a problem. They use the disenfranchised as the scapegoat of said problem.
How many girls in Georgia have been denied opportunity because of transgender athletes participating in sports?
Yeah. So obviously there's not a lot of statistics on that.
So there are none in Georgia.
Again, I don't have any hard data on that.
Actually, dude, the AP's investigation into these athletic bans found that most lawmakers supporting such bills cannot name a single trans athlete competing in their state. A New York Times report indicated that out of about 200,000 women taking part in NCAA women's sports at a given time, about 50 are trans.
Will you cite any examples where a young woman was denied a scholarship opportunity or a title here in Arizona, not outside of Arizona, not anecdotally in another state, but here specifically in Arizona, because they were competing against a trans athlete who outperformed them?
I can't at this point, Mr. Chairman.
Exactly. Science has found that trans girls who hormonally transition at younger ages do not necessarily have a biological advantage athletically. And none of it justifies banning middle school trans girls from the local girls' soccer team. A problem that doesn't exist? Republicanism 101.